Billy Bremner leads out Leeds United at Ellen Road for the first time since January the 18th. And the welcome that he's getting is made all the warmer by the knowledge that the little fellow's goal against Liverpool in the Players' Cup last Wednesday could be the goal which fires Leeds to the championship. Back in the side as well comes Eddie Gray for the first time since he fractured his ankle on December the 12th. The man who drops out of the side is Paul Madeley, but that's because he's sick. Bates takes the number 7 shirt, and Nigel Davey is the substitute. And this, the lineup that their manager Don Revie says has not only got to win this match, but they've got to score goals in it to make their goal average better. And they're faced by the team with the worst defensive record in the First Division, 67 goals conceded, 44 of them away from home. West Bromwich Albion haven't won away from home since December '69, and in this match last season they were beaten by 5 goals to 1. So clearly we can expect the defensive setup of the Albion side today to be under some pressure. But perhaps it's worth recalling that of their 7 draws, they've drawn at Goodison, at Anfield and at Tottenham. And they still possess the top scorer in the First Division, Tony Brown, who's got 26 goals, and it could well be that Albion will keep that record at the Hawthorns, because last year Jeff Astle was the top scorer in the First Division in league matches with 25 goals. The referee is Ray Tinkler, the two teams staying as they were in the kickabout, and it's West Bromwich Albion wearing yellow shirts and the dark shorts will get the game underway, a game that Leeds have got to win and in which they do need goals. And here's Eddie Gray with the ball. He scored within 2 minutes in this match last season. Clark is in the middle. Nobody behind, which is where Jones needs somebody. Now Bremner square. That was almost a very good ball. Away by Lovett. Jones to Bates. The crowd already urging Leeds on. Gray, good try one. Cleanly taken. Hunter, Giles, 2 to his left, Bremner forward, Clark dropping back to his right, Gray, Cooper, Clark, good positioning by Clark. He was always a little bit behind the attack but got no power in the header. Charlton, Greeny. Looking for Jones to Bates. Jones has gone to the near post. Clark is underneath this. Gray further back. Gray! It was a good cross. But Gray was there perhaps a little bit too soon. If he'd have come in with power, he might have got a stronger header. Hartford out here on the left. Kay the other way. This is Brown. Really ran into the path that Kay was going to take. Offside against Clark. Alan Clark caught offside, 10 yards into the opposition half, and he didn't like it at all. Charlton underneath this with Suggett. Bremner, Bates, Hartford. Into space, but nobody moving into space. Gray. 15 minutes of the match gone, no score. Clark trying to get round Kay, the linesman's flag up, and the free kick has been given in Leeds' favour. Charlton just outside the box, number 5. 8 is Clark. Jones coming in, Coombs losing, Bates header. Goal kick. Charlton up there, clearly as a decoy, then trying to create room for Mick Jones. Merrick. Charlton has just got back. Clark. Hunter. Cooper with Bates this way. Giles, Greeny on the touchline, 4 players forward the other way, Bremner in a bit of space, back again from Clark, it's a bit too tight, but only to Bates. Rini trying to stretch the line of yellow, and they have done. Corner. Rini well positioned to get round the back. Charlton coming to his usual position on the goal line. Leeds' first corner to be taken by Gray. It'll swing in. Bates, obviously intended. Giles, Gray, love it. I'd already seen that, but Saget sends Leeds away. Cooper. Strong header out by John Kay. Bad one from Jack Charlton. Astle to Saget. Brown going like a train in the middle. This is Brown. And a goal. Tony Brown. Tony Brown, the scorer, his 27th in the league this season, but the goal a direct result of a mistake by Jack Charlton. Gary Sprake with no chance at all. He was sold by his defence, as one can see from the way he was shaking his head. They're using Rini well. There's no left winger in the Albion side as such. Ford across it too. It's an awkward one on the near post, and Clark was there. Hartford with the clearance to Bates. Rini still up, got back well, wasn't caught offside. 5 to aim for. Clark, Giles, and Lyndon Hughes taking no chances, conceding a corner when the ball would have run for a free kick. And no doubt that there's now a greater urgency in the Leeds play. Jack Charlton up on the line there, number 5. Marked again by Kay. Giles right-footed to curl in. Jones just outside the 6-yard box. Coming to him with John Wilde, didn't get that far. Punch by the goalkeeper. Cooper. Jack Charlton has stayed up. Ian Jones coming now. And surely Charlton was knocked off the ball by John Wilde. And Ray Tinker, the referee, has given it. It's indirect for obstruction. No doubt that Wilde got in the way. And Jack Charlton must be pleased to find that he does occasionally win free kicks in the box. Fouls against him. And 10 yards back will take the ball practically to the goal line. That's the 6-yard line we're looking at. And it's what, 2 yards outside when they go back. They've got to go back an awful long way yet. And I don't think Mr. Tinkler's going to find the job easy. Much, much further. They're only 4 yards, 5 yards at the most. A farcical situation, and one that Leeds aren't enjoying. While again, he got his name taken in a minute, and rightly. You can understand their feelings, though, the Albion players. Gray! And inevitably blocked in a wall, which in the end was about 7.5 yards off the kick. Something has got to be done about this. Walls are never 10 yards when they're in that sort of situation. And Bremner didn't like that at all, and tempers are getting frayed. Giles with the free kick. Jones! Straight into the arms of Jimmy Coombs, but a good header. Good ball for Rini. He didn't have much chance. It was a ball aimed at the bridge of his nose. Astle. 5 minutes of the half remaining. Albion still a goal up. That's an awkward cross. Away by Hunter. Offside for the umpteenth time. A problem that Leeds have got to solve in the second half. They've only got injury time to solve it in this half. Doesn't make for entertainment, but it's enough to stop the league leaders at the moment. running to Hunter as Mr. Tinkler blows his whistle for the end of the first half, with a scoreline which will reverberate around Highbury. West Bromwich Albion leading by a goal to nothing. The goal scored by Brown from one of two attacks that Albion had in the half. And as the players go off, Don Revie, the Leeds manager, has got to give one of the best half-time talks of his managerial career. Jack Charlton, whose mistake divides the two teams at the moment, and John Kay, the man he came out with for the second half, whose organisation has done most to deny Leeds in the first half. And Leeds have got their substitute on, Nigel Davey, and Don Revie is gambling again. He's playing Terry Cooper as a left winger. Mick Bates has gone off. And there is no doubt the Leeds have got to move this ball much, much more quickly in midfield if they're to open up this Albion defence, which is relying fairly heavily on the offside trap and working it very well in that first half. Astor with no chance to take that. Hunter with the throw to Johns. Davey. This is Suggett. Brown in the middle. Jack Charlton stopping it, reaching there the ball. Hunter. That's more like Hunter, who really had a disappointing first half. Jones. Giles. Cooper calling for it up front. This is Davey. Bremner. Gray. Eddie Gray's shot. Tremendous test this next 45 minutes of Leeds United's character. Hunter getting too far forward. Suggett being pushed a bit by Hunter. Brown, there's a chance for him. Stopped by Sprague's leg and then pushed straight into his arms. For the second time in this match, Leeds were dead. But how many lives are they going to have with Tony Brown around? Something or somebody has got to take this Leeds side by the scruff of the neck and remind them of their pedigree. Cooper. Lovely dummy. Good header by Wild. Great appeals for a penalty, but I think it was his head. Hope. Back to Coombs. And Albion looking nothing like the side with the worst defensive record in the First Division. Suggett and Brown. Hartford. Suggett and Brown are really making a meal out of nothing up front. Hunter. Bremner. And Bremner and Lovett really going at each other. Bremner really flew at Lovett then. The free kick must be against Lovett. Bremner retaliated very strongly. Just quick words to Mr. Tinkler. No dramatics. Clark beat Kay that time, and Wild covering at the back. In comes Gray. Linesman's flag up for offside against Jones. It won't count. It won't count. The linesman on the far side had his flag up before the header was played. Lovett thought twice about a back pass, presents it to Bremner. Charlton going up. Davey, Charlton is up there for the cross, so's Jones, so's Clark. It's a good header and a great save. Fine header by Adam Clark and a truly remarkable save by Jimmy Coombs. Clark with a classic back header that almost crept in. The fires are beginning to burn under Leeds United. It's got to come surely. Header out by Kay, he'll stop it if he can. Fine shot by Giles, but it's stuck. Saget, Charlton, Astle, Hartford. Giving it back to Charlton. Away comes Hunter. Cooper. Hunter going forward this time, Charlton staying back. Les Cocker getting out to collect the ball. Everybody on the Leeds staff helping as much as they can. Clark, Cooper on the touchline, ball the other way. This is Hunter. No, but Ailey. Only just over the top. Hunter. Brown, Saget, Astle steaming forward. This is Astle. Didn't run for him. Saget, Brown. Once again, the blood pressure goes up, and Gary Sprake giving his defence hell. Quite frankly, there have been times in this match when he hasn't had anything in front of him. Jones and Clark up. Clark under pressure from Weil. No penalty. Referee immediately waving play on. In fact, only the fans thought it was a penalty. Saget again with a bit of room, but nobody to help him. Brought down by Hunter, quite blatantly. Referee going over to talk to Norman Hunter. Totally blatant. Bremner complaining. Hope with the free kick. Wiles' header. Away by Bremner. Hope! Saget! But he was offside. They can breathe again. Hunter. Pass intercepted, but Saget is offside. The referee waving him on. Brown is going straight through, taking on Sprake. And the goal by Aston, and Leeds will go mad. And they've every right to go mad, because everybody stopped with the linesman flag. Leeds have every justification for going mad, although one must add that they played to the linesman and not to the whistle. But you can understand the feelings of these Leeds players. Dunrevy on the pitch, the linesman going to talk to the referee. But when all is said and done, the goal is going to stand. But what a cruel goal. Listen to the crowd going mad. Meanwhile, the players still protest. There is no doubt that the linesman had his flag up. No doubt that Mr. Tinkler waved play on. But the vital fact is that there was a moment's hesitation by the referee, which caught Leeds absolutely dry. And the linesman on the far side, Mr. Burbeck of Langley Park, County Durham, seems to have had something thrown at the back of his neck. It's a disgusting action if that is true. Cooper going in, Weil again with the header. Hunter. Giles. Clark is there. Still there, Clark, and he scored! From an almost impossible angle, with the flick of his right foot. Alan Clark has scored with 2 minutes plus injury time remaining, and Leeds live in hope. Alan Clark's 19th goal of the season, but has it come too late in this match or not? 1.5 minutes plus the time that the referee adds on for the hold-up after Albion's second goal. which we estimated about 5 minutes. Listen to the crowd now. Davey, Giles. And Leeds have got a new wind. Clark. Charlton in there screaming. Giles. Cooper underneath it. Beaten by Hughes. Comes to Hartford. 6 up against 2 back. Hartford. Hunter for Leeds. Brought down by Hartford. And Brown wasting valuable seconds. Charlton up all the time. In goes Mick Jones. Just the touch then from John Wire was enough. But it was kept in play and wrongly, and Merrick is hurt. He's on his feet, dived into the chairs. Leeds have got the ball. Gray, Cooper. Charlton, beautifully taken by Coombs. And we're now playing the time that Mr. Tinkler is adding on for injury and stoppages. Wrestling match going on between Reaney and Brown. Free kick given to Leeds. Charlton. Clark and Jones forward. This is Jones. 3.5 minutes of time added now. Giles. Gray. Clark. Jones. A little bit of pushing by Kay. Play continues, referee calling it even. Hope. Reaney. Mr. Tinkler once more looked at his watch. Terry Cooper's face. The free kick to be taken by Davey. To Gray. Cooper! He just couldn't get a touch as he fell away to his right. And they're complaining that he was pushed there, at least Charlton is. Four and a half minutes of time already added. Sprague to pump it up the park again. Linesman's flag up for offside, and the referee's whistle for the end of the match. And Leeds beaten by a goal which will rankle for years. A goal in which the linesman gave an offside decision against Suggett. The referee allowed play to go on, but there is no doubt that Mr. Tinkler hesitated, and that is the vital point of the argument. Leeds beaten by 2 goals to 1. And their championship hopes in shatters.
Dennis Law, the reluctant match winner, the man who ironically sinks Manchester United. And a warm welcome again to the big match. And so the Football League season, or at least the last full Saturday of it, ends on another high and controversial note. The sadness of seeing a club like Manchester United relegated to the second division is more than matched by the shame brought upon them by a section of their fans yesterday with that mindless invasion of the pitch that caused the match against Manchester City to be abandoned just before the end. You can see those scenes again today, and indeed how Birmingham City made sure of first division survival in their match against Norwich. And our bonus match is the match at the top of the third division between York City and Oldham. Today is also the day when we announce the winning order in our Golden Goals competition. And indeed, the Golden Goals panel has been meeting this week. From the left, Vic Railton of the Evening News, Mick Shannon of Southampton, Malcolm Ellison and Bernard Joy of the Evening Standard. Our winning viewer will be here. So too will be the man who scored our winner of 1974. We shall also be talking to the new Footballer of the Year, Ian Callaghan. And we make the draw for the London Five-a-Side Championship, which is to be played at Wembley on Wednesday. A full programme indeed. But first, it's action. And for a start, it's Manchester United against Manchester City, and we join Gerald Sinstadt at Old Trafford.
A tense and emotional welcome for Manchester United, who have just taken the field, knowing that a 36-year unbroken run in the First Division could be coming to an end after 90 minutes of the 90th Manchester derby. An emotional afternoon, certainly, and one can only speculate at the thoughts in the minds of the players. Men like Alex Stepney, the only survivor of the 1968 European Cup winners team. Willie Morgan, the 9th Manchester derby for him today, and only once on the winning side. Lou Macari, brought down from Scotland for £200,000 to help shape the new United. Brian Greenough, who's had to grow up as a footballer in a side haunted by its past. And what can be the thoughts today of Dennis Law, the erstwhile king of the Stretford end, one of the few men to have played on both sides of this game, now returning for probably his last competitive match at Old Trafford, where he knew so many glories and so many triumphs, and maybe now to make a contribution towards his old team's relegation. Well, let's take a check on the two lineups. Manchester United, unchanged. Tommy Docherty has faith in the side, beaten at Goodison Park on Tuesday, the setback which has made life so difficult for them today. Mick Martin, the substitute. And Manchester City, they too are unchanged for their last game of the season. Rodney Marsh, who's had a cartilage operation, might have been in this game, but he turned an ankle over in training yesterday, and so the question never arose. Willie Morgan and Dennis Law, two Scots, the skippers, both no doubt aware that one of the minor issues, though not so minor for those involved this afternoon, is that Willie Orman, the Scottish team manager, is in the stand. 8 Scottish internationals in this match for Scythe, Holton, Buchan, Morgan, Macari and McCalliog for United, and Donachie and Law for City. 62,000 people in the ground, making the total at all matches here at Old Trafford this season more than 1 million. The support of the faithful, unshakable. And our referee is Mr. David Smith from Stonehouse in Gloucestershire. It'll be Manchester City to kick off, the Blues against the Reds. The Blues attacking the goal to our left. And of course, it's results in other matches which are important in United's bid to stay in the First Division. But what is certain is that if they don't win here, the results of those matches will have no bearing at all. United, with one game to play after this, that's at Stoke, must win, even if the other clubs are to help them. Dennis Law, and Holton going in hard on him. Till the Bell and Doyle. Barrett, Stewart flicking it, Holton, and back to Stepney. For Scythe, he was in sharply enough then. And Bell then. Summerby, tackled by McCallion. Donachie. Law. Bolton threading it out to Daly. That's from McElroy. Morgan. Forsyth. Good burst by Forsyth. And good covering back by Colin Bell. Booth there before McElroy, but at the expense of a corner. Morgan taking it quickly, getting it back from Daly. And that'll be corner number 3 in this game, all of them to Manchester United. And this time Morgan to take the deep one. Bolton was there, didn't make contact. That's McCalliog's header, and off the line by Donachie. Turned in again by Houston. Anybody's. Hooked away by Lee. But that was a beautiful cross and a good header from McCalliog. Manchester City saved by Willie Donachie. It's a free kick now for a foul given to Manchester United. And suddenly the game has warmth and passion. Plenty of men to aim at, not least Jim Holton. Got ahead to it, but couldn't do anything. Doyle. Daly. Oh, he's made some room now. Good header! Sammy McElroy disappointed. Made good contact, but the angle was difficult. Bell, Barrett. Summerby to Stewart. For Oakes. Well might the crowd ooh. That shot was as close as most that City have had. Ball went out. And there's the half-time whistle. And Manchester United and Manchester City go in halfway through this most vital of Manchester derbies with a blank score sheet.